Here. You guys are freaking me out tonight. I'm like, where's my team? What's going on? Okay, well, good to see you guys. Okay, so happy Monday. I'm so glad that you're here. I really hope more pop on, but if you're watching us live on the team page, I'm so glad that you're here. So I'm going to start with Ashlyn so she can finish her night out and be with her family because when corporate decides to join us for these late night Zooms, they do it by choice and they take away from their own family time. So, Ashlyn, I'm so grateful for that you're here.
Oh, of
But
course.
you guys, I asked Ashlyn to come on because between us, she's my favorite.
My goodness. I'll jump on your team call anytime.
She came to Meridian and she just kind of the way Ashlyn sees things and the wisdom she has like this just intuition and this leadership sense that is just, I find so valuable. And I love it when she speaks it. We got to have time, Heidi Ankeny and I, she's here local, she's across line. We got to go sit with Ashlyn after our event and just the vision she spoke into us and the heart that she has for us and for this company. I just wanted you guys to hear that as well. I just kind of wanted to pull back the curtain a little bit tonight from corporate. And you know that there's a new trip. We announced that on Saturday. Sean Poe just talked about what to do to qualify for it. I just wanted Ashlyn to come on and talk a little bit more about, the corporate side of this and choosing the trips and what goes into that, and her just kind of speaking more vision into you because all I want is for you to believe it's possible. I just want you to do something that maybe you've never done before. I want you to push yourself in a way that maybe you've never done before and kind of blow your own mind as to what's possible for you and for your life. Because what if you actually made it on this trip? Again, it's an all inclusive, like very posh resort. Every room either looks at water or it looks at like the green, the jungle, whatever is there. And the first time I went to an all inclusive in Puerto Vallarta, I mean, I just remember I kept asking Kyle, do you have your wallet? Do you have your wallet? And he's like, Tanya, it's all inclusive. You don't have to pay for it. And I was like, this is amazing. I love all inclusive. It's just so great. So, Ashlyn, thank you for being here. Just speak to us, sister, in the way that you do. I'm so grateful.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you, Tanya. What I remember about the event in Meridian, Idaho was just how organized it was, how we had so many people there, so many guests, and it was a very loving environment, which I love. It was about coming together, helping other people, and filling up uh the team's bucket so that you guys can do the hard part, right? Which is helping others. That is can be draining. And sometimes you guys need a minute to fill up your bucket so that you can help and be there to support others and share things that could potentially change their life. Um, I hope so. I was at a watch party in Salt Lake City this past weekend. I got out of having to go to the airport. I don't even know how I managed that, but I'll take it. So I was in Salt Lake City and I said to that group before the virtual video started, I said, I want you guys, as you're learning about the trip qualifications and where it's to, I don't want you to think, oh, this is easy. This isn't easy. What you guys do is not easy. Being vulnerable, speaking to strangers, speaking to family. I don't know about you guys, but there are some times where it's so much easier to talk to a stranger than it is your family, right? And the reason is because you care so much what your family thinks. You don't want them to think that you're doing something whatever, or, you don't want them to think anything. And so never would I ever say this trip is easy. It's not easy. But what I will say, and what I told them on Saturday was, as you're listening to where it's going to be, how to do it, I want you and I hope that you can say, this is doable. That is what I wanted them to have in their mind as they were learning about the qualifications. And I hope you guys, if you didn't feel that way on Saturday, I hope that you do. It sounds like you guys did a team call with Sean Poe and he went over the qualifications as well. I hope that you guys can say to yourselves, this won't be easy, but this is so doable. And, you know, the biggest reason, so when it comes to, let's talk about the executive trip to Thailand. I'm not joking when I tell you we have presidentials going, how am I going to earn Thailand? You guys are familiar with the executive trip to Thailand. Maybe some of you have it on your vision board. It is going to take a lot of work. It is going to take a lot of work. We wanted to create a trip and the qualifications that really, if you just focused on the key basic keys to having a successful network marketing business, you are focusing on enrolling, retaining, advancing in the simplest form. And that's what this trip is. So I want you guys to think about this. If you have someone who is a consultant 3 or lower, or maybe someone that just signed up with LifeVantage, if they reach senior consultant 3 before September 30th, 2025, that alone, they will earn 90 points. That alone. Now, you guys know, I had someone on Saturday say, what's the path of least resistance? Should I focus on the enrolling or should I focus on rank advancing? And I said, I'm going to shoot straight with you. You can't do one without the other happening too. Like they really go hand in hand. If you are enrolling, hopefully you're helping them to start enrolling. That's going to make that they rank advance that can add to your, you get what I'm saying? Like it all kind of flows together. And so there are so many ways to earn those 90 points, but in the simplest of ways, have someone rank advance to SC1, SC2, and then SC3 by the end of September. So Tina, great question. If you have a consultant that enrolled July 1st on, they do not need to do the pre-qualification of enrolling 800 SV or more. They do not have that pre-qualification, what am I calling it? Pre-qualification task, whatever it is.
Requirement.
Yes, requirement. Thank you. I could not think of the word. But if you have a new consultant that enrolled before July 1st, that is a pre-qualification requirement. Does that make sense? Okay. Awesome. Awesome. That was a fantastic question. I will keep up on the chat as things come in. You know, personal rank advance. So I've had conversations with EC1s and they're like, okay, so if I get to EC2, that would give me 50 points. Yes. Okay, well, I'm going to almost have to double my volume. Okay, so do you know what I tell them? That is a daunting task to double your volume, right? So now we're talking about need more than double, is it? Or just less than? Because by EC2, it's 150,000. Focus on your personally enrolled consultants rank advancing. That obviously is going to give you more volume as you are working towards hitting EC2 and beyond. But if you just focus on your personally enrolled consultants, helping them rank advance, that's going to give you points because by helping your personally enrolled downline rank advance at SC1, it's 10 points, SC2, 15, SC3, 20, MC1 and above is 25 points. So that's what I would do, is focus on enrolling too, because you get the 2, 5, 10, 20, 30, depending on the bucket of SV in personal new enrollment volume, but helping your downline, your personally enrolled downline rank advance. That's what I would focus on. because ultimately by helping them grow, you're going to grow, right? So maybe you don't quite hit the next rank, but it's going to get you a lot closer than you were. Okay, in the chat. Perfect. Perfect. Sounds like you guys understand that. Um, Wanted to talk to you. Oh, one more clarifying thing that I wanted to make sure you all knew. So we have those tier rewards, right? So at 45 points, you get a $150 gift card to either Amazon or Delta. At 70 points, it doubles to a $300 gift card to either Amazon or Delta. 90 points, you earn the trip. So you get the highest tier of points earned. Does that make sense? So if I earn 90 points, I am not going to get the $150 gift card and the $300 gift card and the trip. You're going to receive the reward for the highest tier earned. Any questions on that? Does that make sense? Awesome. And then, of course, for top 10, so if I'm you guys and you get 90 points pretty easily, keep going because top 10 earners do get those luxury sunglasses from Tiffany and Company, and then an exclusive dinner with Steve and Kristen in Mexico. So that will be really, really cool too. Okay. So when it comes to building belief in yourself, building belief in the company, how many of you, if you have been on a LifeVantage incentive, if you've earned a LifeVantage incentive trip, what did your belief do when you earned that and went on that? Skyrocketed. Yeah. And why is that? Because you are able to show what all of this time and effort that you're putting in, all of this, I believe in myself, I'm going to build this business. You can show it off on these trips. It becomes so much more real. It becomes so much more tangible. Your belief in the company is going to skyrocket. Your belief in the comp plan is going to skyrocket. But ultimately, and honestly, most importantly, your belief in yourself is going to skyrocket because this is major. If you can earn a trip, that is so major. And what we want and why the trip qualifications are what they are, we want that belief in this industry, in this company, but ultimately in yourself. We want you to feel that sooner. By the time you're getting to EC1 or MC3, that's a lot of volume. For a lot of people, that takes years and years and years and years. What we're wanting, if your belief in yourself that, hey, I'm doing this, I am doing this, and I'm darn successful, if we can instill that and have you experience that towards these beginning ranks, what is that going to do ultimately for your business and for your downline and the people that you're bringing in? So we want that experience to happen sooner. And that is why, in the simplest of ways, a new consultant can rank advanced to SC3 and go on this trip. We are bringing that belief down sooner, right? How does the belief in yourself skyrocket when you get that brand new first customer or you get that brand new first consultant, right? I feel like you probably feel like Scrooge McDuck with his lucky dime, right? That's your lucky dime. This trip, you guys, is your Scrooge McDuck lucky dime. That's what this trip is. Because going on this trip, earning this trip, you are going to look at yourself and be like, dang, I did it, or we did it. That's a really, really important thing and a really cool thing to have for yourself. Any questions on that? Any questions in general about the trip or the qualifications or, gosh, anything?
Can you think of any like specific stories, Ashlyn, that have stuck out to you of people that have shared with you like what a trip did for them? Or, I mean, I just know, and I know a couple of people on this call too, it's like that opening reception when you walk down into that and you're part of like this exclusive club that is in the same location as you are. And it just feels so special and it's not something you can buy with your own dime.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about you guys. I grew up and am still, very middle class. My dad was a junior high school teacher, still is, almost 40 years. My mom was a part-time nurse. I'm the oldest of six kids. We worked our tail off for everything that we had. My dad did jobs in the summer because he was a school teacher to help provide. Um, our Christmases, I did not know this until I was older. My parents were able to do between 50 to $100 each Christmas per kid. I tell you what, it was I had no idea. I remember as I got older, maybe some of you can relate, maybe some of you can't, I don't know, but Roxy, the brand Roxy, like Quicksilver and Roxy shirts were all the rage. And I wanted a Roxy shirt more than anything. And I was old enough to know that Santa wasn't real. I have to be careful because my 10-year-old is here. And so I remember him saying to me, Ash, mom and I want to get you this shirt. This shirt is $40. Like, that will be basically your Christmas. And I was like, I would be so thrilled. Like, I just wanted that Roxy shirt. I tell you all of this. Maybe you guys are in the same boat. Maybe you guys grew up doing all of these extravagant trips. I don't know. But it didn't feel like it was in the cards for me. And I was totally okay with that. I loved that, I grew up and I had friends that go to Hawaii and these European, but I didn't get in that line in heaven. And that was okay. Maybe it came in every once in a while of like, that'd be cool, but I didn't get in that line. How cool is it when I talk to these people who voice the same thing? I didn't get in that line either. And all of a sudden they're on an all expense paid trip to an all-inclusive resort. It is like those pinch me like, is this real life? Is this happening? Um and I get to hear from people, from consultants over and over and over again. And maybe for all of them, maybe it wasn't a trip, but it was, you know, I paid my phone bill or I was able to pay all the school fees for my kids. And whatever it is, I am so grateful that I get to be on the receiving end of hearing these amazing, powerful stories. The thing about a trip that makes it so impactful is again, the not only do you get to live it, but you get to share that experience and it makes it so real for everyone else. Because maybe you are sharing this. I don't know. Maybe, do you show like a paid school fees? Like I paid my kids school fees. I don't know. That might not be the most exciting thing to share, but you sipping a pina colada on the beach and saying, I worked my tail off and me and my plus one are sitting here together. That is
Mhm.
so, so cool. Really, really neat.
100%. Anybody have any questions before we let Ashlyn go?
I did want to say one other thing because I have been receiving questions via text or messenger all over. Is this trip for two? So this is what I'll say. The hotel room occupancy fits two people. And then if you earn the 90 points, you do get $500 in flight credit. So what I'm saying is, yes, two people can go. You do only get the $500 in flight credit. So if you and your plus one, if your flight expenses exceed 500, you will pay the difference. So does that make sense? Because a lot of people are like, is this for two people? Yes, the hotel room would be for two people to occupy it. So yes, it would be the inclusive experience at the resort for the plus one. It's just paying the difference. I mean, if you guys can find two round trip flights to Punta Mita from wherever you are, like my hat's off to you. I don't know if you will, but please look, that would be amazing. And then for our European market, they do get 700 in flight credit. Again, that's probably not going to cover two people round trip, but you get the point. So you'd pay the difference.
Perfect. That brings a lot of clarity, all of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ashlyn. Appreciate you taking time out of your evening to jump
Oh, of
for
course, of course. I like I said, this isn't easy, but it is so doable. And you guys have a fantastic team where you can lean on each other, you can help one another. Um, because as fun as it is to earn something like this for yourself, the joy you feel when you get to help another family or another person earn it, that's pretty hard to replicate. And I know that all of you know what that feels like in your everyday life, and it that's a pretty cool feeling.
Absolutely.
So,
Okay. Thank you, my friend.
thank you.
Have a good night.
We'll see ya.
Okay. Bye. All right, everybody. Let's go to, going to share a few things here real quick. Mhm. First of all, I just wanted to share with you like some photos of the resort that I found, and where we're staying. It's called Dreams Bahia Mita, and it operates on an unlimited luxury concept, meaning everything is included from gourmet a la carte dining to top shelf spirits and 24-hour room and concierge services. Guests can enjoy a wide array of activities, including, and there was all these sweet things. But one thing I have heard is in this area, the beaches, as you can see up in the upper left, are just pristine. I've heard that they're just gorgeous. So I wanted to congratulate. We haven't celebrated yet because last week, Sweet Kristen did the team Zoom for me while I was in Sioux Falls. But these are all of the teammates so far that have pre-qualified to run after this trip because they earned that 400 in volume in June. So again, by getting the one thing for people in July, by getting the 800 in new volume, that volume counts towards the trip. For those of us in June, that just put us in the bucket to qualify for this. So this month in July, if you get that 800, you pre-qualify for the trip, but you also get to take all of that work that you've done, and that goes towards you earning that trip, which is super, super awesome. So congratulations to everybody. I just love seeing all these faces. I just think it's so fun that everybody went after it and that made that happen. I wanted to congratulate our Onyx qualifiers from June as well. Michael Powell, Debbie Wright, Carrie, Peggy, Teresa, Danette, Corinne, Alyssa and Tom, Gwen, Liddell and Brent, Mary Jo, Dr. Katie, Laurel, Jen and Nick Schreiner, Beth Gustafson, Yvette Nowicki, Julie Bromley, Jeanette, Tiffany, Sandy, Tyler, he was a brand new consultant, Christy, Darlene, Colleen, and Tamra. And then our Emerald qualifiers, this is 1,000 to 1,999 in volume, were Sherry Schmidt, Stephanie Gertkin, Dan Desmond, Jean Reed, Jenny Root, Barb, Crystal Sale, Jeannie Ebeline, Lynn Nienaber, and Jody Shermers. Congratulations to them. Our Sapphire qualifiers, this is 2,000 to 3,999 in volume. It's an extra 15% back on your check. Is Laura, Sheila, Jen, Dean and Lori, Kristen, Tina, Vicky, Mary, Joyce, Dot, Jen, Sue and Dean, and Sandy Clark. And then our diamonds were Gloria, Taryn, Christy Spaniel, and myself. And tomorrow night, I have heard phenomenal things about Dr. Katie. She is tearing it up in the business. She is an educator and is very, very well spoken. And tomorrow night, this is going to be posted, I think it already has by now, into Live Life Activated, inviting people to this. She will be talking about the Rise AM and Reset PM and the Trisynergizer. And you're going to hear stories of fertility, thyroid function, and attention deficit disorder. And then the gal on the right, Angela West, is someone that's on her team that will be sharing her own personal story. And next Tuesday, I'm so excited to tell you that I will be on with Gloria Brinker. So it's going to be, I'm basically going to be sharing about Protandem and the story of our company and activation. And then Gloria is going to talk all about metabolic health. She has, as of recently, had phenomenal stories that have been coming through her practice and people that she's been helping and the results she's been seeing. And a lot of them have to do with our products. People that have gone elsewhere and gotten answers, no answers, and then they come and see Gloria and get on our products and their lives are changing. So once I talk about Protandem and LifeVantage, it's going to be kind of a Q&A all about metabolic health. So yes, that is next Tuesday night, 7 Mountain Time, 8 Central. So it will be the 22nd of July. So there'll be a shareable that goes out on that as well. But I just wanted to say again, when it comes to the trip, anything right now, those trips again are put into place to give you something to work towards. And I think so often we get lost and we don't know what we're working towards. We don't have a goal. We don't have a vision. We don't allow ourselves to sit down and think about it enough to know what we're going after. So we just kind of go through the day and the day takes over without us taking control of the day and having a game plan in line. This is why, honestly, sometimes I think people that work a job almost have an upper leg because, or an upper hand because they have to be regimented. They have to be scheduled because they're busy. Busy people get stuff done. So if you don't have a plan for your day, you guys, then you're going to go through the day and by the end of it, nothing's going to have happened to move your business forward. And then before you know it, a week has gone by and nothing has happened. And you've talked to no one. Today, I just went to my Facebook page and started going through my friend list again. And there were so many people, sadly, that came up that I was like, I'm going to check in with them again. I'm going to check in with them again. And July is a busy month and people are traveling. But you know what July also does? July, I believe, gives people a vision, whether they know it or not, for how they would love their life to be all the time. They're on a trip or they're vacationing or they're camping or they're doing things that they normally don't get to do when it's cold or when the kids go back to work or when they have to go back to work. And I just feel like that offers us the perfect opportunity to reach out to people and just literally say, like, I know summer is busy, but I also know summer and July can give people a vision for what they would like their life to be like all the time. And if it's not giving them a vision and they're not conscious of that, you have the ability to give them that vision and literally just say, I'm just looking for people that maybe want to live that life all the time. And just wondering if you're open, just wondering if you're open to a plan B, to another way to make some extra income. I would love to share with you what I'm doing. If now's not a great time, that's okay. But if you are open, let me know. And you guys, you'd be surprised. Like one of the women that I saw today and then I reached out to, she's like, you know what? I'm glad you reached back out. She literally says, I believe it's a great opportunity. And now we're trying to set a date. So just when you might think that nobody's thinking about it, people will surprise you. But if you don't ask, you're never going to know that. You're never going to know it. So I would just ask you when you get off this call, first ask yourself, like, what am I going after? Do I believe in that trip? Do I want to go after that trip? Is that the perfect 90-day plan for me to put steps into action? You can print out your sheet, right? Well, that's right in front of me. Print out your sheet. On the back, I'm putting names. Like it's literally the perfect visual for you to do the do. And again, if you don't make the trip, those tiers are amazing. Who doesn't love Delta gift cards? Those are so good to have. I love me some Delta gift cards. I'm telling you what. I've been using them already to help my pay for my daughter's trips to go back to Sioux Falls to see us when we move. So find the thing that you're working towards and then find people to go back to. There are so many people that I know all of us can go back to that we haven't talked to in a long time. And again, I don't know. We should just be getting to the point in the world today that it doesn't matter what people think. It doesn't matter. There's enough going on that people are worried about. We can't let that hold us back anymore. Give yourself the posture and the heart to say to them that you just want to work with people. You just want to find people that want to have fun, that want to create a vision for your life, that want to do something that's fulfilling and rewarding and serves other people and can bring extra income into their family while everybody else might be spinning their wheels, right? Just let them hear your heart. Let them hear your heart. Okay? Okay. Um, that's all I got, guys. Anybody have any questions at all? And then the last thing I'll say too, um, I'm not gonna lie, I was really hoping that there'd be more newer people on here tonight. I sent out a big project broadcast. Hopefully you all got it. Just re-inviting everyone to the team Zoom because whether it's Telegram, Facebook Messenger, a text, not everybody looks at the information. And unless you, the leader, take charge in letting any new person that comes into your organization, not just you personally, but if a consultant on your team brings in a new person, in boards under your first 24 hours, there is a PDF that has all the calls listed that happen on a weekly basis. And for that new person, I just believe this one is the most important for them to feel our culture, feel the community, and know that people are there for them. I just don't want anybody to go through this and think that they have to do it alone. And plugging in and showing up for some reason, it's the hardest part for people. But when you get used to it and you do it regularly, it becomes this I think the tightest, most rewarding and heartfelt thing that you have to hold on to because you look forward to showing up and being in this community and being with people. And it reminds you why you're here and why you're doing it in the first place. So please make sure you let your people know, okay? Don't assume that they get the information from me. That's on you. That's on you to take that extra step and make sure that they know this call happens, okay? Or that we have a place like TMAC where they can get information, okay? All right, let's end this in prayer. I'll pray us out. Heavenly Father, I just want to thank you so much for our community. And Lord, I just want to lift everyone up to you. I just pray for anyone that is feeling heavy or anxious or unsure. Lord, I just pray that they look to you for clarity and that they know that through you, we're not meant to carry any of that. And that anytime we feel any of it, just help us to give it to you. And I just pray that we know in this moment that we have such a gift to give to the world. And the products are amazing, but the community and the development that people can get through this are just bar none the greatest gift that we can give. And people need our community, they need our culture, they need our hearts and just help us to know who to talk to, what to say, and help us to be courageous in everything that we do. So show everyone, Lord, show us who we're supposed to talk to and help us to expand our reach, help us to expand our territory, and just give it all to you in the process as we do it. Help us to get louder, more loud than ever. And Lord, just bless this company, bless this business, bless these products and just continue to have your hand on this so that we can reach people far and wide. In your name we pray. Amen. All right. Love you guys. Thanks for being here. Have a great week and keep me updated if you go through the trip stuff and it seems you're unsure of like how you can make it happen for yourself. Reach out to me. We can go through it together, okay? All right. Love you. Bye.